and welcome back to Jack's Mac YouTube channel. Last month I came across an article from Andy Meek at Boy Genius Reports that explained there was a data breach of 3.2 billion username and passwords, and it was the biggest one yet. They're only going to get bigger. This one was called Comb, a combination of many breaches. It took a bunch of past data breaches, combined them, and launched a huge data breach. There's a tool on the article, I'll have a link in my notes, that will help you determine if any of your username or passwords were exposed, and if they were, obviously go and change those immediately. The point that I wanted to make this installment is I just wanted to show how I manage my own passwords and kind of the pattern I have. I'm not going to tell you what pattern I use or what secret codes I use to make up my passwords, because that would be not very smart on my part. And this is in no way a bulletproof system that I'm showing you, but it is a good system, and it does make it very difficult to hack any of my accounts. For any hackers watching, no, this is not a challenge. Please don't try to hack my accounts. But I would like to explain how I do it, and I would like for all of you to do it, because I don't want any of you getting hacked either. The tools I use are the free and default Mac OS keychain and the Mac OS password generator. It's built into Safari, and that's done a good job of generating a lot of the complex passcodes for all of my accounts. They're all independent of each other. One of the biggest mistakes people are making is they're using the same username and password for multiple accounts, and of course when people get one of the combinations, they have a way into a lot of different accounts. So any account that has financial information on it, credit cards, payments, anything like that, that's just a rabbit hole that a hacker can go down that you don't want them going down. So make sure all of your username and passwords are unique to each account, and use some password manager. Now I'm using the Mac OS keychain option, but there's a lot of them out there. Some of them you pay for, some of them are free. Anything is better than nothing. So I'm not endorsing one or the other, I'm just showing what I do. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give you my step-by-step of how I create and manage my passwords. Okay, in this example, I'm going to create a Spotify account. Safari created a strong password for this website. They'll be auto-saved to my iCloud keychain, autofill on all devices. So I'm not going to know this password. I'm not going to have it memorized. I won't be able to recall it. That's okay. It's going to be stored in your keychain, and that's how you're going to recall all your passwords if you decide to use the same method I'm using. So I'm going to say use strong password, enter a profile name. Let's go with Jack's Mac. This could be pretty much anything you want it to be. I mean, you remember what it is because they're going to ask you for it. It's a security issue. They're going to, if you forget your password, they're going to say, what's your date of birth? Well, remember what you said. So I was going to say whatever, because I'm not really going to be using this account. And sign up. That's it. Now, when I want to go back and I want to use this, that has already been saved to my keychain. So I'll restart. I'll say log in. And I want to use another password. That's my real Spotify, but I'm going to use my one I just created. Password's already been put out, no idea what it is, and log in. I'm in. That's it. So that's how I generate and recall all of my passwords. It's all saved in my keychain. One of the nice features about Safari's password utility is you can go to the passwords tab, you'll log in again with your Mac password, and it has a column where it lists all your passwords that will give you yellow exclamation points when there's something wrong with your password. Here, it doesn't like the password because it's a reused password. Again, basic hygiene, you do not want to use the same username and password or the same password on more than one site. This is a great way to go through and audit all of your passwords to make sure that you don't have any being left out in the open. The next bit of advice is to always use two-factor authentication, 2FA. What this is a method of making sure it's really you. When that's enabled and you put in your password into a website, even if it's the right password, it's going to send a request to your authentication app, and you're going to be able to accept or decline the access to that account from the app. Now, you also, if it doesn't have a automatic push enabled, it'll ask you what is the 6-digit code for your account on your authenticator app. You can see it changes periodically. So it's never the same code twice. Now, the only drawback to this is you need to be sure that if you change your device or you need to delete the authentication app from your device for some reason, go through your app first, your authenticator apps first, and remove two-factor authentication from your account until you can set it back up on your new device. If you don't do that, you may get locked out of your account because you have no way of authenticating that it's you, because the device that has the authentication is gone. So if you're ever switching a device, if you're ever going to a new authentication app, doing anything that's going to remove that application from your device, including getting a new device, make sure you go through and remove 2FA. I have actually done this mistake, so let that be a cautionary tale. Remove everything from the 2FA app first. Okay, so now that we've gone over how to automatically generate passwords that are unique to each of your accounts, you need to remember which passwords. I only remember 2 types of passwords, and those are the passwords that actually get me into my computer, my regular computer account's password. That's one. The other one, the password that gets me into my phone and iPad. That's it. Only passwords that actually get you into a physical device do you need to remember. The rest can all be auto-generated, and you don't have to remember those because you can all pull those from a keychain, and you can't access the keychain unless you can get into one of your physical devices that hold one of the keychains. So, that being said, how often should you change your password? Well, it's really up to you, but for me, because I'm kind of a security freak, I change the password to my MacBook and my iPhone and iPad on the first of every month. I just change it to something new. Now, there's a lot of different ways that people have of creating clever passwords for them to remember. Google them. A lot of people come up with a really clever system. I'm not going to tell anybody what my system is, and you shouldn't tell anybody what yours is either. But there's a lot of clever ones that just Google it. People come up with cool systems. It might inspire you to do something similar to that. And but once a month is how often I change my passwords to my physical devices. Anyway, I hope this is helpful to you. I hope this gives you some guidance on how to manage your own passwords. Again, there's a lot of very good password management tools other than Apple's keychain, but what I like about Apple's keychain and Safari is that everything just syncs up to all my devices, and it even gives you that security audit letting you know what passwords might be compromised. And the other thing is it's free. I mean, if you're a Mac user and you're in Apple's ecosystem, this solution is completely free and available to you, and so that's another huge benefit. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please like the video and please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.